Hey guys, welcome to episode number 107. Today is another day in the DIY marathon, and here's another project. This is an aquarium vacuum, a stationary aquarium vacuum. It's something that I put together. It's still very much a prototype, but it's a concept that I'm kind of interested in because you have filters like sponge filters that sit inside of your aquarium, but those get clogged up very easily, and I wanted to try to figure out a way to collect a lot of heavy debris over the course of, say, a week, and then, be able to remove that from my tank without having to go in and manually vacuum and siphon a lot of that heavy debris out myself. Somewhere where all of that debris could collect on the bottom of a bare bottom aquarium. So this is what I've come up with. This is very much a prototype, but I'll walk through exactly what pieces are involved here, and then I'll show you guys one that's in action right now. So we have a 2-liter bottle here. I also used a 20-ounce bottle, but this one here is a 2-liter bottle. Again, I've used a piece of PVC, and I've stuck that about 3/4 of the way up the bottle here, and I siliconed it at the base. Then what I did was I cut out some notches here at the bottom, and that's to allow the debris to get sucked up into this airlift tube. This sits just like this on the bottom of the aquarium, and the concept here is there's an air stone that sits right inside here, and when you connect that to an air pump, all of the debris is going to get sucked up through this tube, this airlift tube, into this chamber that I've created. Now I have on the opposite end here, I've cut off the top, and I have a piece of foam. This is closed cell foam, which isn't the preferred foam. If you watch one of my other videos, I talk about open cell reticulated filter foam. That's the stuff you want to use. I don't have any of that right now, so I've just improvised with this closed cell foam. But as you'll see, this stuff doesn't perform nearly as well as the open cell foam would. So expect the results to improve when I actually get some open cell foam here. But what happens is the waste travels up this tube, it gets spit into this chamber, and then it really has nowhere to go. What's going to happen is a lot of the waste is going to circulate here in little eddies within this chamber. The heavy stuff is going to fall directly to the bottom, and it's going to start to collect there. You might also get some snails and bits of food and stuff. And then all of the water and the air is all going to exit through the top of this piece of foam. And what you'll probably see is that the underside of this piece of foam right here is going to start to get discolored rather quickly. And that's because that's where a lot of the finer debris is getting trapped. And I just cut a hole in the top here so the airline could get through, but then no debris could exit through this top here. And then I added a little suction cup here. I drilled a hole and just added a suction cup that I had laying around to this. I would probably add 2 just to balance this out and stabilize it in the water. But then you just connect this end to a pump and you're ready to go. So let's go take a look at one that is in action in my fish tank. This is a 55-gallon fish tank. It has tons of mollies in it. They're getting out of control, and I need to sell some of them to the pet store here soon because I'm just running out of room. But as you can see, here is the 20-ounce bottle at work in the aquarium, and this has been running for maybe a few hours. And what you'll see here, first of all, is some of the heavy debris is actually getting trapped in the bottom here, so it's probably preventing some of the waste from entering this airlift tube. But then what you see is a lot of air coming up through this tube, and then a lot of heavy debris that's just kind of floating inside this chamber. And it's not really going to do you a whole lot of good unless you remove this debris from the tank on a fairly regular basis. Otherwise, it might as well just be sitting out on the bottom of your tank. But as you can see, there's a lot of heavy debris that just collects on the bottom of this glass tank, and I just wanted to find a way to collect some of that. Here you go. You've got a lot of the debris that's kind of getting stuck here at the bottom layer of this foam, and you've got some bubbles that are coming out of this closed cell foam, but for the most part, it's completely closed, and it's actually causing a backup of air. There's an air pocket here, and if you had an open cell foam here, maybe a finer open cell foam, what you'd see is this whole ring here would just be full of fine bubbles, and your debris wouldn't be able to pass through it, but at the same time your air would be able to escape. And because the air isn't able to escape here with this closed cell foam, the bottom of this bottle, the PVC pipe here, is actually lifted off of the bottom of the tank, and that's probably one reason why it's not collecting as well as it could. So as I said, work in progress. One thing that I might do after I get some of the open cell foam is revisit this, and one idea I had was actually to position this at the top of the aquarium. And if I had a couple of suction cups here, it wouldn't wander on me. But if I positioned it at the top of the aquarium here, and then I used a longer PVC pipe that went all the way down to the bottom of the tank, it would just be a very tall airlift. And what would happen is, the airlift comes to an end here, and the water spills out back into the tank, but the top of the bottle is a little bit above the water level in the tank, and what that might do is prevent some of that heavy waste and even some of the finer waste from working its way too far up through your open cell foam, hopefully containing it within this chamber. So maybe it's a daily thing, maybe it's a twice weekly or a weekly thing to clean this thing out, but to do that is very simple. You just detach it from the side of your tank, you pop the foam out, and then you just dump whatever water and debris you have inside that chamber out into wastewater, and you're good to go. So that's the concept, that's the idea, and I think it has some merit. I would like to design a version of this that I can use more as a wand, something where I can actually go in and clean the aquarium, kind of like a normal vacuum. So maybe that'll be my next project, is to make a mobile version of this that maybe operates a little bit smoother. So stay tuned for that. If you guys haven't checked out episode number 101, definitely go check that out. If you're into DIY projects, there's 1 day left to enter my DIY contest. So definitely go check out episode number 101 and stay tuned for more on the DIY marathon. Alright guys, see you later.